Welcome, Thimble. Well done.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oscar, founder and CEO of Thimble. So through a monthly subscription program, we're providing a simple way for kids to have the basic skills, tools, and projects that is sparking and inspiring the next generation of inventors and innovators. So I'd like to introduce you to Steve. Steve is your quintessential millennial dad, 35 years old, has 2 kids, married, works in tech, makes over $150,000 a year. His big passion in life right now is to share his love for tech with his kids and to get his kids ahead of the curve in school, particularly in the areas of science and technology. So Steve finds Thimble.io, and he realizes he can subscribe to receive a project in the mail every month. He gets about 10 to 15 electronic components to build a useful or fun device. It could be a robot, alarm clock. He learns that he can build a quadcopter on his own kitchen table in just a few hours, no experience necessary. So he signs up for a 12-month subscription, and then along the way he buys some extra microcontrollers and some tools, because soldering and programming is involved. 2 weeks later, he receives his very first project, which happens to be an LED cube, and I'll walk you through the unboxing experience. So he opens it up, he'll see a postcard of the project that he's about to build. On the back of the postcard, he'll find instructions, or actually the inspiration for the idea on the left-hand side, and why we created it. And on the right-hand side, instructions that prompt him to the website where all of our tutorials are. All of our tutorials are kind of like a cooking show, except we're making robots. Then from there, you'll find the microcontrollers and additional components. In this case, USB cable, right angle headers, straight headers, electrical wire. And on the left-hand side of the box, you'll find the 6 4x4 LED panels. So after he opens his kit, he logs onto our learning platform, which has all the videos and the instructions that walk him through step by step. And there's also a community forum where he can collaborate with other subscribers. And after he builds it, it takes him about an hour and a half to build the LED cube. So he can, after he builds it, he'll program it through the Arduino, and he can make it flash in different colors. All of our projects are open-ended, so you can add sensors, an accelerometer in this case, so you can change it based on movement. Other projects include a Wi-Fi robot, which we delivered in January, and then this month, we're delivering an electronic compass. Our traction to date, we launched on Kickstarter over a year ago. We raised $300,000 from 1,800 backers in 48 hours. The demand was so high, we launched an online store and raised $150,000 in pre-order revenue, and we delivered our first project in December. We now have 1,100 subscribers in all 50 states, 34 countries, 7 continents. We're growing 35% month over month with 60K in MRR. We're improving science education by making it more accessible. We will be the brand that tomorrow's tech leaders fondly look back on as their childhood inspiration. Thank you.
So what age are we targeting? I was with you with the kids at the beginning, and then it suddenly seemed to get more complicated than for adults.
Yes, 13 and up, because there is soldering and program involved.
Okay.
I saw the Google logo there and Boeing and other things on that slide, but you didn't say what that was. Are we sponsoring, or what is that?
So we're working with companies that are sponsoring schools. That seems to be the easiest way for us to get into schools. So the decision-making process is a lot faster. And so for us, it just facilitates working with the schools a lot easier. We just walk into the classrooms and work with the teachers and the students.
Great.
So you mentioned that you had 60K MRR, and then you've got these schools sponsoring, or sorry, companies sponsoring schools. So how many actual individual customers do you have?
Right now, as far as subscribers, about 1,150.
Okay.
And a lot of those came.
$70 a month. That's a lot of money.
I'm confused.
I'm sorry?
At $70 a month, 1,100 subscribers, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
How big is this market?
So the e-learning market is about 51.1 billion, but so we think the market is targeting parents who can afford to spend $70 a month. So we're going after 27 million families that make at least $100,000 a year. And a lot of that data we've been able to get just from surveying our Kickstarter backers initially. We learned that a majority make over 100,000, some about 200,000. And this is the type of parent that spends $1,000 to send their kid to coding camp for a week. So that's pretty much what we're going for. But yeah, as far as the answer to your question, yeah, that's how big we think the market is.
What's been your experience with subscription stickiness? And I'm thinking, I've got a 12-year-old daughter who would love this the first time, and maybe the second time, and then the third time it's going to sit there, and the fourth time out. So, in a few months I'll have, or several months I'll have a couple of boxes that have never been opened, and then maybe she'll get interested again. And so you just kind of, can you pop in and pop out? Is there a
Definitely. Well, right now we have 97% retention. I mean, we've only delivered 3 kits so far, so we'll know more as we progress. But I think what we're trying to do is create a curriculum around the projects. So a lot of people, when they want to get into hardware, they don't know where to start. You need the right project ideas, you need the right content, you need to know the know-how. So being able to create that progression from project to project is what we're going for, and keep them excited. Also, like, the projects don't end when you finish building them. You can continue adding on to them. And then when you're done with your first 12 projects, you move on to a second tier, so they get a little more advanced. That's how we try to create the stickiness there.
What's your average activation rate? Like, I'm assuming getting someone to watch the tutorial video is a nice way to figure out if they're actually going to build the thing. So what does that look like? Yeah, so Google Analytics is one way. We are seeing how many people are logging onto the website. We're seeing about more than half of our subscribers logging onto the website. And I'm also following up with pretty much everybody by phone calls.
Okay, let's hear it for Thimble.